One deal, many documents, many U-turns, and many more questions. That is the status of the India-US trade deal. Yesterday, we told you about a fact sheet released by the White House. This document laid out details of the trade deal, and it raised two major red flags for India. First, the US claimed that India would slash tariffs on pulses. This was not mentioned in the joint statement issued by both countries. New Delhi had clearly said that pulses were not part of the agreement, yet the White House document included them. That was the first issue. Second, the US claimed that India had committed to purchasing American goods worth $500 billion over 5 years. The wording matters here. The White House said committed, but the joint statement used a softer phrase. It said India intends to buy. That difference created a serious discrepancy. Now, 24 hours later, the White House has quietly updated its document. In the revised fact sheet, pulses are no longer mentioned, and the word committed has been changed to intends. In other words, both contentious points have been dropped. So what happened behind the scenes? Did India push for corrections, or did the US get ahead of itself? At this point, there is no official explanation. But that's not all. The updated document includes two more significant changes. First, the $500 billion clause. Earlier, the US said India would buy American planes, technology goods, and farm products. In the new version, there is no mention of American farm products. Farm goods are no longer part of that $500 billion figure. Second, the language on digital trade has shifted. The original statement claimed that India would end its digital services tax. What is this tax? It is a levy imposed on foreign technology companies earning revenue in India. For example, if Google makes money through advertisements in India, or if Amazon profits from Indian shoppers, that revenue attracts a special tax, the digital services tax. Initially, the White House stated that India would eliminate this tax. But the revised statement says something different. It now says that India has committed to negotiating a robust set of bilateral digital trade rules addressing discriminatory or burdensome practices and other barriers to digital trade. That is a major change in tone. So in total, 4 important revisions in just one day. What does this tell us about the trade deal? There are 2 possibilities. 1, this could be a pressure tactic. President Donald Trump is known for making bold claims to corner the other side in negotiations. By announcing sweeping commitments publicly, the US could be attempting to push India into concessions. Or 2, the terms of the deal may not be finalized yet. What we have so far appears to be a trade framework, not the final agreement. The full deal is expected to be signed in mid-March. It is possible that several terms are still under negotiation, which would explain the back and forth. This may also explain why not all tariffs have been lifted. The US has removed the 25% levy linked to Russian oil, but the remaining 25% tariff is still in place. Until the final agreement is signed, that tariff will remain. Meanwhile, the confusion has sparked a political and public backlash in India. Farmers' groups are alarmed by potential tariff cuts. Several farmer bodies have called for a general strike tomorrow. They have described the deal as a surrender. The issue has also reached Parliament. The opposition has strongly criticized the government, accusing the Prime Minister of compromising national interests and putting Indian farmers at risk. The government's response has been consistent. Wait for the final agreement. Do not jump to conclusions. Let negotiations conclude. But the challenge is that the US continues to release statements, and each statement adds new claims. On one issue in particular, there has been no revision: Russian oil. The latest American statement repeats the claim that India will stop buying Russian oil. When asked directly whether India has promised to halt purchases, the US trade representative responded, "The short answer is yes." They've already started winding down purchases of Russian energy products and ramping up purchases from the United States and other sources. What is India's official position? There has been no direct yes or no confirmation. Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri reiterated that India's energy policy is driven by consumer interest. He emphasized that during the past decade, even amid global turmoil, India has ensured uninterrupted energy supply and affordability. He stated that India will buy energy from wherever necessary to protect consumer interests, and that the country has diversified its suppliers from 27 to 41 nations. That statement offers reassurance, but not complete clarity. Ideally, these negotiations and clarifications should have remained behind closed doors. Instead, public revisions and contradictory claims have created uncertainty. Farmers are confused. Exporters are uncertain. Investors are watching closely. After waiting 9 months for a trade framework, perhaps waiting 1 more month for a finalized agreement would have avoided this turbulence. For now, all eyes are on mid-March. Let's hope the final agreement brings clarity, stability, and certainty to both sides. This is Veridox News. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates.